What's up guys, and welcome back to my final video of FIFA 23. Yes, what's going on guys? It's Docks, otherwise known as Jonah, JC, whatever you know me as, Docks most likely. Return today with my final video of FIFA 23. Technically, as we know, tomorrow, well, tonight I guess, if you want, at midnight, EA FC 24 is being released. Man, I've been waiting and I really can't wait for it. And with that being the case today, I thought with officially 1 day to go, why don't I give you guys my plans for EA FC 24 and a quick recap of my content in FIFA 23 as well. So on the screen, what you'll be seeing is just clips from my projects that I produced in FIFA 23. I'll briefly discuss them, and also, of course, I'll be discussing my plans for the new game and a new era beginning tomorrow. And, I'm really excited for it as well. Obviously, I've been playing FIFA since '99. I mentioned before that was my first ever copy of FIFA, the first one I ever played was Road to the World Cup back in '98. My goodness, a long time ago now. But as a massive fan of the franchise, it's officially over. It feels really weird. It doesn't feel like it is though, because we all know that whilst EA FC 24 is the name of the game, EA Sports FC is the new franchise, we still kind of think of it as FIFA 24, don't we? So I'm still excited, don't get me wrong, for the start of a new franchise, and I just really hope it does live up to the hype and it does, hit the mark, if you will, because there's no doubt about it. This past FIFA for me, which I'm going to talk about first, was a slog and a disappointment. And I guess I want to start off this video by saying, firstly, I'm sorry for my subpar content this year. Now, you guys know me, I'm very honest, I'm very open, I'm very transparent. I don't brush things under the rug and I tell things as they are. I had a subpar year this year. There's no doubt about it. I had a subpar year this year. It was really poor from me, and I'm disappointed in myself, and I know I let myself down. I know I let you guys down. This is a really poor year for me. Now, the past 3 years prior to FIFA 23, 20, 21, 22, I thought I did really well. I thought my content for a 3-year stretch was fantastic. In the FIFA 20 year, I thought I did some great projects. The main career being that one where we started off with Sheffield United. I thought it was fantastic. The FIFA 21 was when we had a transition from current gen to next gen console, PS4 to PS5. I thought I did a great job with the content I produced during that year as well. And last year, I really feel as that was probably one of my best FIFA years ever. Like, I thought the content I produced was fantastic. I enjoyed practically every single project I did, and the feedback from you guys was really good too. Unfortunately, this year it was shit. I'm just going to be honest, it was really, really poor. Now, I will be honest, there were a couple of things I did this year that I really, really enjoyed, one of which you'll be seeing on the screen right now, and that was the My Player save. Now, as I always say when I discuss my content from the year and I assess what I did well and what I didn't do well, this is one project which I thought was just amazing. And I don't mean to blow smoke up my own backside, but for being on YouTube now for over 12 years, sometimes it can be hard to come up with new ideas or do different things, or just in general, like, continue to produce some really good content when you've been going for so long, and nostalgia can play a big part when you yearn for the old days, if you will. But I have to say, for all my 12 years on YouTube, for all the projects I've produced, this was without a shadow of a doubt one of my absolute favorites in all the 12 years, in all the tens of saves I've done, both offline and online as well. This My Player project was one of my all-time favorite projects I've done for YouTube. I absolutely loved it. If you didn't watch it, obviously I know EA FC 24 comes out tomorrow, so probably not the right time to start. But if you're ever at a loose end, you've got some free time, you want to try something different, you've enjoyed my content over the years, but you didn't watch this one, please give it a go. The playlist, as always, is on my channel to find, and it was definitely one of my all-time favourite projects, no doubt about it, and my favourite project of FIFA 23 as well. For a subpar year from me, I can't deny this was definitely one of the things I got spot on. It was a heck of a lot of effort. For those that watched it, you will know I tried different things this year with the sponsorships, the Instagram profile, the Instagram moments. It was a real unique kind of save for me to push my creative boundaries. That's when I have most fun on YouTube. And I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. And I was just so happy with the way it came out. And if you haven't watched it, again, the playlist is on my channel. I definitely recommend you guys check it out when you get the time. It was so fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it was sort of what you'd call an anomaly. I always struggle to say this word, an anomaly this year, because there's no doubt about it. The rest of my content was a little bit subpar, in terms of the main CMs I did this year. Obviously, I stuck to offline content primarily this year. No, solely this year, actually. I have to say that the rest of the content I did and the main CMs I did as well were just a real letdown. And I did several, and I really tried doing different things, and I tried to, do different things and use different teams and different leagues and different kind of scenarios and stuff with a realistic CM, a summer-based CM, RTG CMs, quick CMs. Whatever I tried to do, it just didn't work this year, And I give myself a little bit of credit if I can play a little bit defense for myself here, if you don't mind me doing so. I did try a lot of different things. It's not like I just did the same thing over and over again. I tried a lot of different things, but unfortunately, just didn't really work for me. I feel as though the realistic CM, I did that sort of the start of the year with Everton. It was a bit of a frustrating time though, because when it happened, I was about about 2/3 of the way through maybe. I got really, really ill. If you remember, I got really, really ill. And then I had this 2-week trip planned. I got to achieve one of my life goals and go to South America. And I was like right in the middle of the CM, so it really halted the kind of flow of the project. So it wasn't great timing. First a major illness, and then the 2-week trip to South America I got to do. But it was okay. It was an alright project. But the other stuff that followed, man, it just didn't work for me. I mean, I tried this RTG CM with Malaga in Spain. I didn't really enjoy that. I cut it short early because I wasn't really enjoying it. I did 2 kind of like minor PL/Championship career modes that I did really, really quickly. First with recently relegated Leeds, and that was okay to be fair. That was all right, but I did it very quickly, and I wanted to try something different because you know me. Normally, I kind of drag things out quite slowly and over a long period of time. So I thought, why don't I try something different here? Try and change things up. And it didn't really hit the mark. It was okay, but it wasn't great. And then, I'll be honest, I did this Newcastle career directly afterwards, and that was poor. I wish I never started that. I did about 3-4 weeks on that. I think I did about 18 episodes, 4 seasons. It was poor. It was really poor. And I did this summer CM as well with COVID. That was okay. I think all the main career modes I did this year, that was the one that I enjoyed the most. But I'll be honest, it still wasn't great. Like it was okay, and I did enjoy playing it and building the team as well. I did feel like I did a really good job of building the team in a really fun way in an RTG. But it still wasn't great, and I think it just kind of summed up last year's FIFA me in the sense that the 2 projects that I enjoyed the most were the My Player, which you've just been watching some of the best bits on, and also the Docks to Glory. Yes, because this year, for the first time ever, I had to create a club, and I had so much fun with it. It was really, really enjoyable. So we began in League 2 with Docks FC, the new team on the block, and obviously we took them all the way, and we ended it yesterday by winning the Champions League, of course. The annoying thing is, like a moron, I took like a 6-7 month hiatus. Yes, we stopped in I think it was February after we won a Premier League and Europa League double, and I just didn't come back, and I didn't even explain it, and I have to apologise for that because, to be honest, I was kind of feeling a bit burnt out with FIFA, and I just decided not to come back and start some new projects after the realistic CL with Everton finished directly afterwards. I really should have came back sooner. So I'm glad I did come back for the final 2-3 weeks of FIFA and finish that project. We went for the Super 6, of course. First time that would have ever happened for me, winning all 6 major and minor honours possible to win when you're using a Premier League team based in Europe as well. Of course, we came up short by 1, didn't win the FA Cup, won the Resto, won the Fab 5, I called it. So it was still our most successful trophy all ever in a season. But even so, it kind of sums it up for me that FIFA 23, my 2 favourite projects weren't what you call traditional based manager CMs. They were projects where there was a lot more creativity, there was a lot more flair involved in it. That to me has always been where I found YouTube the most enjoyable, when I'm able to create things and able to push my creative boundaries to the limit, where I'm able to add my own personal stamp on things, as opposed to just doing just a basic project. And I think that kind of sums it up for me. All the projects I did in FIFA 23, I think I did 8 projects in total. The only 2 that I thoroughly, in all honesty, really enjoyed doing from start to finish were the 2 where I was able to be most creative with the editing or the customization. Those are the 2 which I enjoyed the most. But it did give me a lot of lessons from this past FIFA, what I want to take into EAFC 24. So my plans for EAFC 24, well, obviously we will be doing a main CM, as we always do. We always do, and we always will, because I know it's what you guys prefer the most. But this year I'm going to change things up a little bit, because I feel like I need to. Trends have changed on YouTube. Things have changed a lot, no doubt about it. And I think now post-commentary style videos are basically a dying art, if not completely dead. I think they have their place in certain areas, but not for a long drawn CM. I think you need to be live-based audio. I'll be honest here, guys, I'm still a little bit apprehensive about going back to using a face cam. I'm a little bit apprehensive about it. I'm not overly comfortable with it, so I think I'm going to ease myself in gradually doing that. So I'll begin with just a live audio, and then perhaps over time in a EA FC24, if I feel a bit more confident, I'll go back to using a face cam, because I did for a couple of years and I didn't mind it too much. But I'll be honest here, I'm much more enjoyable when there's no camera turned on. I can just chat, basically. I much more enjoy that, to be honest here. So, yeah, I probably will go back to using a cam at some point, but for now, I think I will just make the one big change, which is the style of audio. So post-commentary, that's dead. I'm going to go to live audio for practically all of my saves, because again, the last year on FIFA, what were the two projects I enjoyed the most? The two where I did live audio, you know, so that kind of says a lot, basically. I know it's a lot more enjoyable for you guys as well, so you can hear the reactionary side of things, and it feels a lot more live, if you will, even if it is still technically pre-recorded. Not the commentary, but the gameplay, obviously. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, that's the big change. The team I'll be using, obviously, everyone knows who it is. Luton Town, of course, the lowest ranked team in the Premier League. Never used them before. You know, I always like to start my main CM off with a team I never used before. That's another thing I got wrong with Forest. I used them 2 years prior in the lockdown career mode, so I literally used them 2 years before, and then I used them again. Another one of many things I got wrong last year. But I'll be using Luton, never used them before. Statistically, weakest team in the league. Most pundits, myself included, have them going down this year. Lowest budget as well, so it should be a really fun challenge and really enjoyable as well. So looking forward to that RTG there. Kenilworth Road, I doubt, will be in the game from the get-go. The new stadiums very rarely are from the get-go, so unfortunately we won't have the very unique-looking and obscure-looking, if you will, Kenilworth Road in the game, but hopefully it shouldn't matter too much. I mean, we did Brentford and Nottingham Forest CMs with not the real stadiums in the game, and that was still really enjoyable. So, we'll be doing Luton. Definitely want to do another player CM. Again, it was definitely a top 10, if not top 5 project for me in all my 12 years of doing YouTube and all the tens of saves I've done. So I would like to do another player CM again with the sponsorships, the Instagram moments, maybe try and find a way to make it even more creative, even more personal, even more unique. I'm not too sure, but definitely do want to do that again. I really enjoyed it. It was, again, a top 10 project for me, possibly even top 5. Create a club, again, yes, I would like to do another Create a Club again. I really enjoyed it. I mentioned before, I'm thinking about opening this up to you guys and having it like a Patreon kind of thing as well, where you guys can be part of the save too, where if you donate to one of my Patreon tiers, you can be part of the save, so I can make you in the game. I can create a player, you in the game, and we can have you in the save, either in our team or playing for another team in world football. I think that would be really fun and a great way of rewarding you guys that support me directly financially through Patreon as well. And I do want to do some online content as well. So I mentioned before that I was in this house share before I moved into my new one where the internet was just shocking. It's not as bad where I am right now. It's not as bad. It's okay. It can lag a little bit at times, but it's not as bad as it used to be. So I would like to do some online content for the new year. Gotta be honest, guys, I didn't do any online content this past year, and I kind of missed it. You know, I kind of missed doing the online sort of projects. I don't want to do Ultimate Team. I don't enjoy Ultimate Team. I'd rather do head-to-head seasons. So, yeah, head-to-head seasons, or possibly even, and this is something you guys have been asking for a while, so I know a few of you out there will be going, oh, finally it might happen. Possibly a clubs with subs. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Possibly for my Patreon donators to be part of that project. Clubs with subs, my Patreon guys. definitely considering it. I'll think about it. I'll see what it's like. No, don't hold me to that. I may not do it just yet. It's definitely something I'm thinking about. But also streaming as well. I've been talking about for the past couple of months now how I really want to start streaming again. Definitely live streaming as well. I feel as though I'm almost ready to get started with that, and I really like the idea of doing it. Not just playing FIFA, not just playing EA FC 24, but other games as well. But also as well, I really like the idea of like film night Fridays or movie night Mondays, where we kind of sit down and watch a film together. I don't know how I could do that because of the copyright and the legal stuff, but I do like the idea of getting you guys sort of involved, like a movie night. You know, we order some food together, or we, I don't know, we just sit and we just chat and whatever. I kind of like that idea. I'm grinning whilst I'm saying, because there's something about it I really like. But even so, streaming, definitely I want to start that in the new year, and for sure, please guys, hold me to that, because I do want to do the streaming. Maybe clubs with subs, not too sure. Definitely 50-50 about that one. Streaming 100%. No, I will be starting streaming at some point during EAFC 24, and also a main CM with Luton, and also another My Player, and maybe a creator club as well. So that's it. Those are my plans for EA FC 24, guys. I want to say thank you for watching, and once again I want to end by saying I am sorry and I apologise for what was no doubt about it, a subpar content year from me. Did not hit the mark on the majority of my projects this year. A couple were really good, yes, but for the most part I let myself down, and subsequently I let you guys down as well, and so for that I do apologise. It was not a great year, and hopefully taking ownership, what's that great saying, actions not words, hopefully for EA FC 24, learning my lessons from what I got wrong in this year's FIFA, we'll be able to enjoy a much more successful year together, and it should be a lot more enjoyable for you guys to watch and for me to play and create as well. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support as always. Another year of FIFA in the books, the final year of FIFA in the books technically, and moving on to the new franchise. The new era starting tomorrow. Hope you guys are looking forward to it. Refresh your sub box tomorrow, 4 p.m. UK time, where my first project of EAFC 24 in the first year of the new franchise will begin with you-know-who, Luton Town has, in our first main CM of the year. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love to you, and I'll see you for a brand new year and another year of YouTube content tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. Love you lots, and I'll see you for that very soon.